Hi there, Aquarius. This is Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not believe in astrology but cannot wait to hear their February forecast. And this is your forecast for February 2025, Aquarius. Before I talk to you about what this means for you specifically, let me play you a very short video where I talk about what February astrology is like in general. If you've already watched the horoscope for a different sign and you remember what I talked to you about, just skip to the next section. Notice the background? This is the apartment that we just started renting and are renovating now. But this is not why I'm filming here. I'm filming it here because this is the perfect metaphor for where we are in the beginning of 2025 astrologically. Now, I love the astrology of 2025-2026, although it contains a frankly scary and confusing conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. But what I love about it is that by the end of 2026, we will be in a completely new era. I will get into it more in the summer months when the glimpses of this new era will be more present with us. But it's kind of like this apartment, you know, the new apartment will be here. It's just impossible to say at the moment how exactly it will be different from the old apartment that was here before we deconstructed everything. So in January, we were mostly dealing with old stuff or with the consequences of what happened in 2024. And in February, we begin kind of the same way. Mars is still retrograde. The super slow planets that take years to move through just one sign, they are all, except for Pluto, still in the old signs. They will move to new signs in the summertime. Things start picking up slowly, very much like our renovation plans. We still need to do some work on what is here, you know, getting rid of something, cleaning up a little bit. But then the new things will slowly start becoming more and more important. So what are we looking at? Venus, the planet of beauty and pleasure and love, moves from Pisces to Aries on the 4th of February. This is a bit of a downgrade for her, but a very useful one. Two slow planets that I keep talking about, Saturn and Neptune, will move into Aries and will form an extremely important and influential conjunction there. It is not an easy one, but it has a lot of potential. And Venus, because of its retrograde, in the next 2 months, it will be crossing it 2 times and then again in May. And it will start giving us clues. Specifically, it will start giving us clues about what could there be in this area of your chart where the beginning of Aries is, that is so beautiful and so worthy and so valuable and so seductive probably that you wouldn't mind doing the work that Saturn and Neptune will require you to do later on. Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, is ending its retrograde, goes direct also on the 4th. It will need a bit of time to pick up speed, but in general, now it is more powerful than ever since it entered Gemini in the last summer. So if you were a little bit disappointed with the performance of Jupiter in Gemini, this is the time when it can redeem itself. We also have a bombastic full moon in Leo on the 12th. We have a curious, gentle, and kind of very nice new moon in Pisces on the 28th. On the 24th, Mars goes direct, and new things will start popping up here and there from then on. Now, Aquarius, be very careful with spending money in the first 2 or 3 days of February. You may be too charmed to make rational decisions on that front. On the other hand, if you are in sales, you yourself may be so charming that you will be able to sell something for a double price. You never know. It can work both ways. The most important sign of this year is Aries, and Venus will be the first one to enter it on the 4th of this month. In your horoscope, Aries rules intellectual labor, creative efforts, learning, and also movement, so like transport, movement of ideas, but also of things and possibly yourself. This is the area in your chart where you will have to do something hard this year and maybe the next year as well. Something worth doing. And Venus will try to seduce you into it. And if you think about it, there is some sense to it. If you are to spend so much time working your ass off to achieve something, you would be more motivated if it is something that you actually really like. So try to find out what that is. Shop for interests. Trust your taste. You don't have to come up with a final idea yet. It's more of a process. It's also possible that you don't have to start the actual labor until 2026. But the path to self-discovery that would lead you there eventually can start this February with something attractive. Jupiter going direct may spike your interest in things that bring one joy, like creativity or romance or just fun. Unless you are a creative person professionally, I wouldn't say it's very important, although it may mean more parties and more flirting in the next 4 months. Mars will be retrograde until the 24th and then direct. This back and forth will be giving you some stress in daily administrative tasks, perhaps, or in working with colleagues, or in perfecting your skills. This stress may, for some reason, be necessary, so you would be able to approach the matter at hand in a more direct manner after the 24th. And after that, you're good. After that, your to-do list should be scared of you. The full moon on the 12th will shed some light on your house of important partnerships and will direct your attention to what is really important there. Some instability or something unusual at home in your place of residence may be an issue. If it is, and if it has to do with your partner, then talk through it with your partner or also with friends. If you're dealing with the problems that are yours alone, again, talk to people. They will not solve your problem, but talking may help. This is the time when communication is key. New moon on the 28th is a nice, very gentle push towards you taking better care of your finances. So you are a little bit closer to prosperity after that. All in all, you are still emerging from the new moon that happened in your sign at the very end of January. And it's nice to use this energy to start this new year in your life with optimism and curiosity. I wish you a very good February, Aquarius. If you have questions, ask them in comments. Consider subscribing if you want to hear the forecast for the next month.